Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Belinda. Beauties, today I'm going to be creating this fall wreath using all Dollar Tree items. This wreath is actually going to be gifted to one of my good friends. So if you want to see how I do this wreath, then please keep watching. But before that we get started, I just want to ask if you could please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also if you'll click that bell icon so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. Okay beauties, let's go ahead and get started with this Dollar Tree DIY. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you the items that I'll be using for this wreath. I'll be using this fall wall decor, and I'll just be using the inside portion. And one wire wreath, two of these decorative mesh ribbons, and two of these tulle ribbons, some mesh tube, some floral wire, some scissors, one to cut the wire and one to cut the ribbon, my glue gun, and a variety of these fall florals. Okay, I'm going to start by cutting a piece of that floral wire, and then I'm going to pass it through the ribbon and attach it at one end and then wrap it around the wire wreath. And I'll be attaching it on the back side of the wreath. And here I'm just showing you where I attached the wire, and I attached them to the outer portion of the wreath. Next, I'm going to wrap the mesh around the whole wreath, and I'm just going to go over and under and over and under until I cover the wreath completely with the mesh. Once I came to the end of it, I went ahead and I cut the ribbon, and I just gave it a little fold there in the edge, and then I added some hot glue. But I didn't really like that it wasn't sticking well, I guess because the mesh is just too meshy, I guess. I couldn't find the correct word. So I decided to reinforce it with some wire. And here I'm just showing you where I added the wire. And this is how the wreath looks now with the mesh. Okay, the first thing that I want to work on is making a big fat bow using the other mesh ribbon. So what I'm going to do is just pull out some of that ribbon, and then I'm going to fold it over and just continue to do that about 5 or 6 times. And the length is about 12 inches long. Okay, now that I have my mesh cut out, the next thing that I'm going to do is cut a piece of wire, then gather the center and wrap the wire around and tie it really well on the back side. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is just fluff out the bow, and how I'll do that is just by pulling each end until it all comes apart and just fluffs out. I'll be making bows also with the tulle, and I'll be using the same technique. And here is how the bow looks all fluffed out. Here are both of the tulle bows, and all I did is put one on top of the other, and then I'm going to attach them together with some of that wire. Here I'm just showing you how they look all stacked up together. But here are the tulle bows that I made, and then I attached them there on the back, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is stack the first bow that I made on top of the two tulle bows, and it'll look something like this. And here is how it looks once I wrapped all the wire on all the bows. Next, I cut long strips of mesh to create those long tails. Then I attached it to the wreath, also using some more of that floral wire. Then I made another mesh tail using the cream color mesh. And this is how it looks with both of the mesh tails. Next, I'm going to go ahead and attach now my big fat bow onto the wreath. And this is what the wreath looks like now. And now I'm going to add the mesh tube, and all I did is just tie a bow and then just attach it there on the top of the big bow, and I actually made 2 of them, and I just hot glued them there in the center. Now moving on to the florals, I cut off the flowers and fall leaves from the stems to make it easy to hot glue them to the wreath. And this is what they look like, all cut up, and now I'm ready to attach them to the wreath. I first started with the fall leaves, and then I added the flowers and everything else. And this is what the wreath looks like with all its flowers. And then I attached the center of the wall decor in the center of the wreath, and I used some wire. I was trying to hot glue it, but it was not working for me, so I ended up using the floral wire instead. Well, beauties, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. You have yourself a blessed day, and I will see you on my next video. So until then, bye-bye and God bless.